supply consumable for the respiratory side. I mean, they do other things as well, but I'm only talking about the whole respiratory and cardiac safety field.
So, but today CareFusion is no longer in the respiratory. They sold everything to ERT, or today they're still active?
No. They are. They're back fully on. Let's say they're back in the game. But yes, they are. I believe that Vint Air is part of the CareFusion company. It's just called Vint, VYNT Air, something along those lines.
Okay. So it means in terms of, hi, sorry, Olivier here, I'm joining a bit late, but it means in terms of respiratory businesses, the ERT bought part of CareFusion, the services part. But you see, your view is that following the Becton Dickinson acquisition and everything, CareFusion is now again a competitor of ERT, or are they more a supplier of devices whereby ERT would provide the service, would buy the devices from CareFusion and then sell those as part of the service package for clinical trials?
I would say the second option. So ERT still does acquire a lot of consumables and devices from CareFusion, but I would say mainly consumables and some other parts. But I think CareFusion will be wanting to get on board and get onto the field with their own full respiratory devices, providing respiratory devices for clinical trials or for even home use.
Your perspective is that it would be a relevant move for CareFusion to re-enter the services market.
Correct. And the reason being is because I believe, I don't know, let's keep it at that. I can't disclose any more than I should, as I don't know if it was a publicly available.
and on ERT side, so beyond providing the services, do they design and manufacture their own device from Germany within what they acquired from CareFusion, or is that just the services part that they acquired?
So the devices that ERT acquires, ERT, I believe, has built one device, which is the actual spirometry handle. But everything else is more software-based, and all the other consumables, I believe, are ordered from CareFusion.
Okay. And do you know, within what is public, and it's always a complex question, but do you know what type of non-compete was imposed on the services business of CareFusion when ERT acquired? Do you know if there is something formal which prevented CareFusion from re-entering and which makes you think that they could re-enter, or is that just that they didn't focus and now they could say that they could see a value pocket again?
Let's say at that time that was above my pay grade, and I only know from what rumors are, but nothing that I know that was publicly available.
All right.
Maybe just to finish on this part, but the CareFusion respiratory services acquired by ERT, the main activity, the main value proposition of this part was the spirometry and the software.
Correct.
So
that's correct.
If you were to describe for us we started right away with ERT, but overall we are interested in understanding all this clinical trial services space, and that's why we reached out to you, given your experience. So if you were to describe what respiratory services for clinical trials, how would you describe what is the market, the services proposal, and what is pure safety for oncology trials versus what is primary endpoint for asthma trials? You see what I mean? How would you split the market between actually providing primary endpoint versus doing pure safety work?
Correct. Okay, so one of the things you have to understand is that with respiratory, when you want to get some values like extra